So it's been a little while since I made a video on the Bud Light situation. Now, the Bud Light situation is getting pretty hot, in my opinion. And the reason why is because it seems like Anheuser-Busch finally came out and has disavowed Dylan Mulvaney, but not publicly. Apparently, they have disavowed Dylan Mulvaney in their own earnings call, not publicly for people to see. Now, I find that to be very interesting that they're willing to say that it wasn't a big deal to their own people. They're willing to say that it wasn't a campaign, it was only one post, blah, 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 blah. They'll say it to their own people, but they're not coming out publicly to say it. You realize what they're trying to do lately? They're trying to do all these pro-American campaign ads now to try to make their image look better and try to pretend like we're for the average Joe American again. Like, nobody's going to believe you anymore, and it's just going to make it worse. Until you publicly disavow Dylan Mulvaney, you're never going to get anywhere, and at this point, I would almost guarantee it's probably too late. But why am I talking about this? Well, apparently, CEO distances Anheuser-Busch from Bud Light Dylan Mulvaney controversy and says that it was not a formal campaign. CEO Michael Ducaris says Bud Light only partnered with Dylan Mulvaney for one post and that it was not an advertising campaign. Now, it doesn't really matter whether it was actually an advertising campaign or not, because at the end of the day, people believe that it was an advertising campaign, and because people believe it was, that's all it takes in today's social media world. So we're going to get to the article, guys, but of course, before we do, consider giving this video a like so that way you could push us out into the YouTube algorithm. So it says Anheuser-Busch CEO Michael Ducaris addressed the Bud Light controversy on an earnings call with investors Thursday, downplaying the brand's partnership with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney that prompted a boycott from conservatives. Ducaris told investors there is a misinformation spreading on social media about the company's team up with Mulvaney. We need to clarify the facts that this was a one can, one influencer, one post, and not a campaign, Ducaris said. But it doesn't matter. That's the problem, and that's what they don't understand. It's not about the fact that it was or wasn't a campaign. I don't think anybody cares about that. What it is that you made that one post, you made that one can, and you spit in the face of a lot of your customers in the hopes of garnering a younger audience and a younger customer base. You decided to alienate 80 to 90% of your customer base because, let's be real, a lot of the people who are buying Bud Light are probably on their older side and are probably white. So you decided to alienate almost all of your customers in the hopes to garner some sort of like younger generation to buy your beer, even though they're not buying Bud Light to begin with. So why would you even do that? I don't even understand. Like, you guys are just so stupid. Like, these diversity marketing CEOs, whatever you want to call them, they gotta be some of the most stupid people on this planet, because they are causing so many companies to go broke because of their nonsense, and it seems like they just keep getting work. I don't understand how they're able to fail upwards so much, but apparently they're able to do it. The only ones who could fail upwards more than them is Hollywood. It's insane. It says the CEO said Anheuser-Busch is providing direct financial support to the frontline workers impacted by the boycott, naming delivery drivers, sales representatives, wholesalers, bar owners, and servers. Ducaris said the brewing giant will triple media spending on advertising for Bud Light over the summer, confirming reports that the company is planning a major marketing push to recover its brand. But you could have avoided this, man. Like, that's the problem. Why are you spending all this money to reverse a decision that you just didn't have to make in the first place? You could have completely avoided all of this had you just stuck to your guns, realized what your customer base is, and pandered to that customer base. But no, you wanted to join the hip people. You wanted to be part of the cool kids. So you wanted to be able to advertise to kids on TikTok about Bud Light by using Dylan Mulvaney. That's what you thought was a great idea. And now you're realizing that it wasn't a great idea, and you're losing money fast. And because you're losing money fast, all of a sudden now you want to make the change? It's ridiculous, man. I don't understand these stupid marketing executives. They make some of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen. It says Bud Light remains embroiled in controversy after the brand sent Mulvaney a personalized pack of beer with the influencer's likeness as part of an ad for the company's March Madness contest and to celebrate a year since Mulvaney began identifying as a woman. After the partnership went viral, Anheuser-Busch lost some $5 billion, that's insane, in market value amid calls for nationwide boycott, and bars and distributors across the country reported significant drops in Bud Light sales. Now, here's the funny thing. They are trying to pander to people like Dylan Mulvaney, right? They're trying to utilize Dylan Mulvaney to pander to the younger crowd. But the funny thing is, after this earnings call came out, now the same people that they pander to are leaving them like just completely dry. They're leaving them dry, and they're trying to now cancel Bud Light. It is so hilarious to me because why would you cancel? Why would you pander to the crowd that loves to cancel their own? They stand united in their lunacy, but if you do not join them in their lunacy and you step away from them even slightly in their lunacy, they're going to eat their own. It's kind of similar to the situation with J.K. Rowling. You know, with J.K. Rowling, everybody loved J.K. Rowling while she was saying all the right things, but because she wanted to say and stick to her guns and be a real woman, and she wanted to say, oh, maybe you should have spaces for biological women to feel safe so that they don't have, you know, women pretending, people pretending to be women riding around with dicks all the time and invading women's spaces, you know, just because she said that and she strayed away even 1%, all of a sudden people don't want to deal with her and she's considered a transphobe, she's a TERF, she's this, she's that. So it's the same thing. You're pandering to these people and now they're trying to cancel you because now they heard this earnings call. They heard how you disavowed Dylan Mulvaney. Even if you tried to not do it publicly, guess what? Now the information is public and now the woke got their hands on it. It says the backlash led the brand to shake up its marketing team. And Anheuser-Busch CEO Brandon Whitworth published a lengthy statement hoping to tamp down the animosity aimed at Bud Light and its parent company. Ducaris said it was too early to tell how the boycott affected Bud Light sales, but was bullish that Anheuser-Busch will quickly recover from any setback. He reminded investors that the company has navigated global challenges, including temporary bans on beer sales in certain countries and shutdowns of bars and restaurants across the globe during the pandemic. We believe we have the experience, the resources, and the partners to manage this, and our 4-year growth outlook is unchanged, Ducaris said. I don't really know if you can compare the two, man, because again, you got one thing that was out of people's control and one thing that is currently in people's control. And this boycott is 100% in control of the people. So they are the ones that are going to decide whether or not they want to let you slide or not. And it looks like the boycott is getting worse and worse and worse as more information comes out, as more videos are made on the situation, as more people are just becoming fed up. They don't want this nonsense anymore. And the fact of the matter is, you're making it worse because you didn't publicly apologize. You didn't publicly disavow Dylan Mulvaney. And all you did was make some stupid, cringe pro-American ad with a horse and everything after the fact that everybody roasted you for. You're even too scared to post on Twitter now. You post on Twitter nowhere near as much as you used to as a company. So again, it seems like the boycott is working. If you are part of that boycott, I highly suggest you keep going because it is definitely working. And you know it's working because they had to mention it on the earnings call. There's no way they could get around it. So if they had to mention it on the call, I guarantee you this boycott, no matter what they say to you, is 1,000,000% working, and you need to keep doing it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.